What's up, family and friends? Welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without feint, where we encourage us to live our lives and live it well through the knowledge of factual truth, because it is our lives and it's very important that you live your life. That's why I personally encourage you to enjoy your life wherever you are. Okay. Today I'm sharing something that is very important. Still continuing on, my family's attack at me for, especially my mother, who I tried, even when my father was still alive, to show them that the lie they taught us is not true, that it cannot be demonstrated, it cannot be proven. It's all based on fear, based on faith, based on hope, based on love, and the humility. It has nothing to do with reality. It has nothing to do with truth. Okay, but, when it comes to talk about mothers, many people take offense at it. Even they will think like, oh, you are great. Why are you talking about your mother like that? Apply it to whoever you're talking about. Okay? Treat every human being as you're supposed to respect people. So most of you don't respect your parents. You actually fear your parents. Fear is not to respect. Fear is not to respect. You fear your parents because you think they can curse you or they can bless you. You are not respecting them. If you respect your parents, tell them the truth, especially you that have traveled far and wide than them. You know better than your parents. But most of you, despite your level of education, level of exposure, and all that, you still cowered under your parents like, they still know better than you. You can't tell them this is wrong and stand your ground. You scared, oh, they may curse you or that. So I want to talk about it because my mother said that, I will not die a normal death. Animals will eat me. I will not be buried, because she lied and said that I came to bury her. I didn't even come to bury my father. Talk less of her. My father died in May 23rd, 2023. She's still alive. But you know how some mothers or some women or some religious people cook up lies, to paint you bad or black, as they used to say, to the people, to attract sympathies or people rising up against you. Some people can get killed just because of what their mother said or their father said or their family member said. If you know that if it were in a community or in a village, just they say that they stone you to death, they kill you. Just because of such lies, they lie. So she said even it's not, she mean that what she was saying is beyond like parents just cursing. But the truth is this: if cursing and blessing of parents works, their children will be living with them. None of their children will be doing apprenticeship with somebody's house, doing housemaid in somebody's house, working in another person's company. They will bless their children and they will prosper where they born them and raise them. But this one, their children is to hustle to or struggle to travel abroad. They say, I bless you. That's bullshit. Blessing don't work. Curse don't work. They are useless. They are empty words that have been used to terrorize and intimidate people, and they keep people in bondage. So she said that, like, I responded to her, I said, it doesn't matter how I die or where I'll be buried. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I'm not afraid of dying. I'm not afraid of death. And I prove it to them again when I traveled to my village, because many people, or most people, are afraid. Oh, if you come with a nice car, they will kidnap you, blah, 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 blah. I went there. I wasn't into hiding. I wasn't using keke. I wasn't using Okada. I was driving my own car. I was not afraid of being kidnapped and killed. Excuse me? But, I try to show our people that the truth shall prevail, and the lie cannot prevail over the truth. It can never happen. And standing my ground with the factual truth, it doesn't matter who is offended, who is upset. I don't give a fuck about that. All I'm doing is to be honest with our people so that we can wake up and change our condition, change our life, and stop living a lie and expecting the truth to prevail. No. So the question I ask is this: must you be buried? Okay, let's say, okay, let's give it to them. So why are Christians or theists, people that believe in God in heaven, why are they ignoring a place in their Bible like Genesis chapter 15:15? Genesis 15:15 will show you there is no heaven or hell after you die. It will tell you that when you die, you're going back to your fathers. Where are your fathers? They are buried. But you know, it's a religious bullshit. They subjugated women, so they always talk about father instead of father and mother. But when you die, all of us are going back to earth where we come from. And that's where we are living. We did not come from any heaven to this earth. We did not come from any hell to this earth. And when you die, you are not going to any heaven or any hell. He said when you die, you will go back to your fathers. So you will be buried in good old age, right? They're talking about that. Jesus did not live long. And Jesus said that his disciples must be like him. So why are Christians praying for long life when Jesus died at the age of 33? So that's why I say 40 years is long life. So if you're over 40 years and somebody threatening you with death, that's late. You already fulfilled a long life. So me, I'm over 50 years now. So somebody saying I will die, but you are wishing me a nice thing. Wish me death. I welcome death, just as you welcome birth. So must you be buried? That's the question. I remember one of our brothers, he's late now. He was a born-again Christian. He's one of the people that SU converted in my village, Silas Mwaka. You know, when I went to missionary work in Umuahia, maybe 2011 or something like that, Silas Mwaka came to where I was living, staying with Victor Onyuku. Victor also, you know, he used to come online. So he said something to me, and that word saying, remember I was a Christian then. He said, he tells people, he's a Christian. He said, when he dies, you know, he don't care. Let them not bury him now. When he starts smelling, they must bury him by force. I copied that word. So you that is worried about when you die, how many people will come, worry, those things are bullshit. When you die, that's it. All the befitting burial that will be given to you is to open the earth immediately and bury you. Africans must stop all these Christian burial or foreign burials and begin to use our common sense again. We are natural people. We are not spiritual people. When you're talking about nature, you're talking about us. Why are we now so artificial that even nature upset us? Why? All die be die. When we used to, you know, when we were doing Okrode, you know, that Ghana music in Nigeria, all die be die, he die, all die be die, all die be die. It doesn't matter how you die, whether vehicle crush you, whether you get drowned, whether animal eat you pieces, no matter, it's the same thing. You that died in good health, they bury you. Termite is eating you too. All die be die. You are Manu. You need to die so that they bury you. That's why in Africa, we never mark a grave. We say this is where they bury this person. No. They open ground, bury you where we are doing farming. We farm there, you Manu. That's how you will be eaten and be born again. There is no, your life is not a gift. You did not come from any God or from any other person. No. You are a living being, natural being. When we say you are eternal being, we say you are a natural being. When we say you are a living being, we say you are natural being. We're not talking about spiritual being. It doesn't exist. So Silas Mwaka, you know, he was a Christian. He died. He said this before he died. When he died, they buried him. I know his, you know, I know him very well. It's not like here, it's not hearsay. I want you to tell me the difference between being eaten by wild animals and being buried by people. What is different? Nothing. There's no difference between two of them. You die, that's it. All you do to the body is throw it to the earth. Dig it up, and even if you don't dig it, it will still decompose, and the animals will eat it, the part they will eat. The thing the earth will take its course on it. Because you are earthly being, you are not a spiritual. At least death should teach you better. But they taught you something else, telling you are a spiritual being, you have a creator, you have where you go after that, where you will give account, all that bullshit. No. Such things are myth. And many people has been enslaved by myth even before religion came in. That's why when you see them talking about African spirituality, it's also bullshit. But I don't condemn it as I condemn religion, because it is our own. So if an African, you say you must believe something, you must worship something, then do it African way, the way the one our ancestors practice. But that's not our originality. Spirituality is not our originality. Spirituality doesn't define us. It doesn't show who we are. Spirituality is a belief system. It has nothing to do with the knowledge of factual truth. So my mother said those empty words that I will be killed and be eaten by wild animals, just because she was upset. I didn't send money for her to go to hospital. How can you expect somebody that has sense to send money for you to go to hospital when you believe that God heals, God keeps healthy, God can do all things? You know, church is no longer preaching God can do all things. They cover it with the word. What God cannot do does not exist. The person that is saying that to, some of them are prostitutes, some of them are thieves, some of them are lying to make it in business. You know, they are doing all manner of evil to survive. You see them waking up very early in the morning to go to work and come back late in the night. Yet they tell you what God cannot do does not exist. They are living in fear of God. She said all that because I know she's a victim of faith that is rooted in fear of God, fear of the unknown, and the fear of death. Nobody fears death than people that believe there is heaven, they will go after they die. You see, they're afraid of poison, but Jesus said they can drink deadly poison, it will not hurt them. They're afraid of sickness and disease, but Jesus said, you know, they will lay hands on the sick, they will recover. They're afraid of animals hurting them. But Jesus said they will pick up deadly animals, it will not hurt them, like serpent. But these people will want you to believe what they are preaching is true. Why they cannot demonstrate it? Nobody is living by faith. No Christian is living by faith. No Muslim is living by faith. No Jew is living by faith. No spiritual person is living by faith. Faith is fake in reality. All of them live by sight. So when they're telling me, you will die, wish me that. But you that believe in Jesus, how old was Jesus when he died? Do you know that? Huh? Why fear death if there is heaven for you? Huh? If there is heaven, you will go when you die. Why are you afraid of dying? Since you cannot go heaven, if God exists, he's supposed to transport you. You go to heaven and come back. The same way I visit my father's compound in my village, Ibubumuchu, and came back to America. That's the same way those people that believe there is heaven, no matter what they call it in their religion, they're supposed to be visiting heaven and coming back. But it cannot happen, but they still believe, no, I will go there when I die. Anything you will get after death is a scam, it's a lie. It does not exist. Anything he says after you die, that's when you will get it. That benefit, that blessing. He says when you die, you will get it. Eternal life. Or heaven. A place that has streets made with gold, with the trees of life and all that. You will suffer no more. You will cry no more. You will die no more. You will sorrow no more. It's a lie. You're supposed to have those things now if they are real. If God exists, you're supposed to see God now. Not after you die. That's useless. If it can happen only after you die, it is useless. So your wish is your empty opinion. My mother's wish, she wished I die, she wished this, she accused me of eating her money, blah, 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 blah. That's empty, her empty opinion. It cannot settle on me. First, the common sense should teach you that no Christian can curse an African. No Muslim can curse an African. No Jew can curse an African. Understand? No, I am African. I reverted back to my roots. They are still Christians. You think I'll be moved by them? No, that's why I made that video. I said, I am different. And that's why I made the other one. Why are you hiding it? Africans, if you know that this thing is natural knowledge we have, we can bring herb together, roots together, and they begin to manifest. So why are you hiding it? If Christians can carry their Bible boldly, proudly, and walking like this, why are you scared of holding your own charm? That thing you know is working. You know if you touch it to somebody, something will happen. Why are you hiding it? I don't blame you hiding it because they have turned against it. Call it evil, call it demonic, and telling you if you touch it, you will do this. That's why my mother think I'm worshiping idol. He said I'm worshiping idol. I even want my younger brother to worship idol. It's better to worship idol than to worship invisible God. Idol, do you know what idol is? Or arose? Or you call it spirit? It means you are the one that established it. Human being establish it. And you can see it, you can change it, you can renovate it, order. It's better than worshiping God of Israel you have not seen and you cannot see. It's better than worshiping the Jesus Christ of Nazareth you have not seen and cannot see. Let us wake up, my people, so that we can wake our people up. Especially you that is living abroad. You just living there just to make money? Wow, how about your people? They are suffering there. But, you know, shout out to all the people that are in prison or have died in somewhere because they are trying to help their family. They are trying to erase poverty in their family. But you that still have that opportunity, you have smartphone, you live in a place that have steady power supply, where they have high-speed internet that is working. Why can't you use it to do your own research so that you can start helping yourself and your people? You that have traveled, you know a lot more than those people that are in the village. They have not traveled and they don't have the means to do their own research, but you do. Why can't you help them? When you know better, why should you why should you continue living ignorantly or behaving like you are ignorant? You are not. It's time we wake up, Africans, and wake our people up. So wishing me death is nothing, or wishing animals to eat me. Okay, if I go to the bush where there is dangerous animal, of course, they will eat me. I am food to them, they are food to me. When you are eating that goat, you think you will not be eating? You will be eating also. They are just like you. Food, they are. So heaven and hell are fake. And your opinion doesn't matter about them. Death is the best thing that happens to the living. No death, no birth. Remember, death is not opposite of life. No, stop saying life and death. No, that's the lie they made up. It is birth and death. Life is eternal. Life is ageless. You cannot limit life. Life is not unfair. Life is not happening to anyone. Life is life. You are the life we're talking about. Jesus is not the life. God is not the life. God is not your life. Jesus is not your life. You are the life that exists. God don't exist. Jesus don't exist. Don't let anyone deceive you again into believing, okay, there may be higher being there. Okay, it's better I waste my time now believing there is being there. Then when I get there, I find out there's no being. I didn't know. You lost a lot. You're supposed to know now. You are a being of knowledge. That's intelligent being. Supposed to use your brain. But they use education and religion to miseducate you, to touch you away from your knowledge. So you don't know yourself. Do you know who you are? When I say Bubedike, you think it's a title or because I have people? No. That's who I was, and that's who I am, and that's who I will ever be. It doesn't matter who is against me. So please, understand that birth is the cause of death. Somebody said that and I like it. If you think, if you are not born, you will not die. But once you are born, you will die. It's a must. When you say that somebody is killing people, somebody is this, that person must die. No, you cannot escape death. No matter how you run away from it, no matter how you dodge it, you can never escape death. So that my last younger sister in Aba also came. Yeah. I heard you say, mother, why is she will not die now. She will grow and I say stupid. She may even die before her mother she's talking about, and there's nothing wrong about that. I can die now, nothing wrong about that. My mother can die now. There's nothing wrong about that. Why is it when it comes to factual truth, Most of our people tend to be against it. The faith has rot their brain. Spirituality, religion, all this belief system that people force on us have destroyed their brain. They lack the ability to think for themselves. That person you are afraid of, or that person that your villagers used to be afraid of, that person have died and be buried long time ago. So it is time you begin to think. If you need to protect yourself, do whatever it takes to protect yourself, whether using gun or using our natural way of doing it, which they vilify as voodoo or as fetish things. Do it. It is people doing it. It's not any God. They don't want to die, but they want to go to heaven because they are hypocrites. Death is the cause of death. It doesn't matter how you dies or where you are buried. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. All that thing they're telling you, give the person the last burial. Somebody said that. Will I say one of my cousins, like she's from Achara, she's my blood too. So when I post about my father, they say, hey, please come and give her his last respect. I say, what is that? Last respect? No, you respect the living, not the dead. It's so many people living without many respect the dead. Why will you respect the dead? It's the living. It's when somebody that is alive, you show their respect, not when they die. Wasting your money to buy expensive coffin, throw a party about for the dead is waste. You are wasting it, and it has become business, as usual, which it don't supposed to. It's evil. Anything that is against nature is evil. You should understand that and wake up and stop, deceiving yourselves. Trash anything faith, trash anything God, trash anything belief, trash anything Jesus, trash religion, trash belief system, trash all of them so you can live humanly and enjoy your life. This life is beautiful. This life is great. You can enjoy it wherever you are. Don't let anyone intimidate you anymore. All you need to seek is knowledge. Seek the knowledge of factual truth, and the truth will prevail in your condition wherever you are. Gordon.